Oh my God, my God, my God, y'all. The biggest upset we've seen since Tyson Buster Douglas occurred last night. Anthony Joshua went down, not once, but 4 times, and was out for the count, and he was done. And congratulations to Andy Ruiz Jr., man. Becomes the first Mexican heavyweight fighter to ever win a championship belt, man. He got 3 belts. He's the first heavyweight champion, Mexican heavyweight champion, ever in boxing. The first Mexican heavyweight, man. That's a big deal, man. Let's get down to the fight, man. I'm going to be straight up and down honest with y'all. Andy Ruiz Jr. whooped Anthony Joshua's ass last night. Point blank, period. There's no way for you to slice it or put around it, man. You know what? I am a person who is a Deontay Wilder fan. However, within me being a fan, I never clowned Anthony Joshua out. I never clowned Anthony Joshua out at all. I never did that at all. Because I don't got to put nobody down to big up my fighter. I can point out another fighter's flaws and why I think the fighter that I support would beat him, but I didn't clown him out like other people did. But nonetheless, right, I've seen Anthony Joshua fans upset because you see Deontay Wilder fans going in. Let me just say this. Had Deontay Wilder lost his last fight against Dominic Breazeale, if he loses any of these upcoming fights, the Anthony Joshua fans or Deontay Wilder haters will come down tremendously hard. It'll probably be worse. It will probably be worse. So they're asking people to be gracious, in Anthony Joshua's defeat. I'm like, really? Would y'all really have been gracious if Deontay Wilder loses or if he lost? No. So you can't, it happens in boxing. Fans are going to be, fans of another guy, the guy's rival, is going to go crazy when the other guy loses. It happens. And let me just say this. In heavyweight boxing, anything can happen. Anything can happen in heavyweight boxing. These are the big guys. The big men have a little more snap in their punches, and guys are more vulnerable of getting knocked out in the heavyweight division. But nobody really, I'm not going to say nobody. There were a nice amount of guys, a few guys that picked Anthony Ruiz Jr. Andy Ruiz Jr. I'm talking about Anthony. It's a few guys that picked Andy Ruiz. However, I'm going to be real with y'all. I was not one of those guys. I wasn't. I thought that, AJ survived the storm against Klitschko. He's beat Joseph Parker. He's beat Dillian White. He's beat Povetkin. I said, he'll come out on top with this. He'll still come out on top against Andy Ruiz. I was wrong. Andy Ruiz got lightning. He got some really, really quick hands, man. He got really quick hands, and he brought the fight to Anthony Joshua all night. He was not afraid to bang with him and let him know, I'm here. I'm here all night. And he was really good at finding range, too. Really, really good. Sneaky good at finding range, for real. Anthony Joshua, let me tell y'all this, man. He got gassed in this fight. He got gassed. He got to improve his conditioning. I know, he's shown signs of getting gassed early in fights and previous fights before. But he was gassed. And it was no joke. And he got to work on being more conditioned and in better condition and in shape to go these long rounds, instead of just pumping iron and lifting weights. Because, like Deontay Wilder always says, I'd rather be the part than look the part. Yes, boxing is not about looking like a bodybuilder. It's not. It's about your fight skills, your fighting abilities, and your conditioning. That's the most important thing. And when Anthony Joshua came to Madison Square Garden, in the garden, people was looking for him to put on a show. This was his introduction to America. He was going on these tour runs. He was going to all these different shows, Sway in the Morning, freestyling. He was, showing his face all across the city, stomping through the town like a big celebrity. Chilling with Drake. And everybody say, once you take a picture with Drake and you chilling with Drake, you bound to lose. And goddamn, it happened. But, he's chilling with Drake and all the superstars and celebrities. He probably out here with these American girls, all of that. And he takes this loss in the garden. And I'm like, man, Drake had that boy chilling with them American girls, man. My Uncle Corey, I talked to my uncle, shout out to my uncle. My uncle say, man, he was out there with them girls, them American girls popping a little different out here. he said them American girls popping a little different out here. And they had that boy tied in that ring. Because listen, I don't know. He got gas so quick, and I'm not understanding why didn't he use his size to his advantage? He had a great size advantage, great height advantage, great reach advantage. You got to use that to your advantage. Use that as a weapon and neutralize him with a jab. I'm like, why is he not doing that? But Andy Ruiz, he imposed his will. Andy Ruiz imposed his will on Anthony Joshua, man. People were talking about, Ruiz looked out of shape and all of this and all of that, and acting as if he was a nobody. No, he's not a nobody. I knew he would put up a good fight. I feel like he would put up a good fight, but I thought Anthony Joshua would overall. I thought he would overcome him. I did, but I figured he would put up a good fight, man. The man got 33 wins, 22 knockouts, only one loss to Joseph Parker. You can't be mad at that. You can't be mad at that, man. He's a very, very solid fighter. He's a great fighter, man. He's a talented fighter. I ain't taking nothing away from him, man. The man brought the fight to him and banged with that man and let him know what time it was. He imposed his will so much he knocked him down 4 times and had Anthony Joshua spitting out the mouthpiece, man. Spitting out the mouthpiece. Once he did that and looked at the corner, I knew it was over with. I knew it was a done deal. You know it's a done deal when he do that. It's over with. And man, like, again, people talking about Ruiz is, he out of shape and all of that. He looked bigger in fights previous to this. In earlier fights, he looked bigger than this. And again, like Deontay Wilder says, it's not about looking the part. It's about being a part and doing what you got to do when you step in that ring. You can't put on a show. You got to put on a show. And now I know Big Baby Miller he's slapping himself, kicking himself right now. He went and tried to do all this. He tried to go and get pumped up on all them drugs. Tried to go out there and take all these drugs and try to get ready for war. When you ready, you would have had a good chance had you just went in there natural, worked on some things, and just brought the fight to him. You could have had an equal opportunity, and you could have been holding them 3 belts right now. You could be holding them 3 belts, man. You could have won at WBA, IBF, WBO, and IBO heavyweight titles, man. Seriously. Man, like, it's just shocking right now because everybody is just shocked and up in arms and like confused, like, wow. And I'm going to tell y'all right now, Anthony Joshua is going to want this rematch. He is. But he better not take it right now. He better not, because if he doesn't make massive improvements, the same thing is going to happen to him. It's going to happen to him again. If he doesn't make those improvements, it's going to happen once again, man. He don't got no head movement. He's sitting there like a stationary target. His head moving, you're going to get hit. You can't move your head, you're going to get hit. Same thing with Dominic Breazeale. Breazeale didn't move his head, he got hit. It's gonna happen, man. You gotta move your head. Lack of head movement and his chin. And people were saying I was tripping. That was Klitschko that knocked him down. Yes, it was Klitschko. Klitschko was 41 years old. And y'all telling me, when Wilder fought Ortiz, he fought a 40-year-old man, so that shouldn't count. Now we all know Klitschko is much more accomplished than what's my man name? King Kong Luis Ortiz. But at the same time, both 40, he was 38 when he fought Wilder. Then y'all saying we don't really know how old he is, but 38 when he fought Wilder. And now, he's 40 now, but Klitschko was 41 when he fought Joshua. And y'all was telling me, oh, that's Klitschko. Yeah, 40 young Klitschko probably would have got him up out of there. Because his chin hasn't really, it's suspect. Let's be real. Ruiz was like, he was just, what's the word I'm looking for? He was imposing his will on him, right? But those punches, now I know they hurt. He's a heavyweight fighter. They hurt. But they didn't have the pop like a Deontay Wilder punch. Can you imagine Deontay Wilder landing one of those punches on him? Can you imagine that? Can you imagine Wilder hitting him with one of them punches? He ain't even got to hit him with the Breazeale punch. He hit him with something Tyson Fury hit him with. He going down. Because Ruiz Jr. and Deontay Wilder don't got the same kind of pop. Deontay, the most menacing puncher in boxing right now, period. One of the most menacing punches we've seen in the heavyweight division, hands down. So just imagine what would happen. Just imagine that, man. He was just leading an onslaught on this man. Andy Ruiz Jr. was leading an onslaught on this man, and he couldn't overcome it. He couldn't. And he got knocked down twice in that third round. I'm like, woo-wee. It was shaky from then on. Eddie Hearn looking like he's seen a ghost. And they was just in awe, man. They were in awe. Man, and if he got to improve his head movement. If he doesn't, and he will take this fight again, he's going to lose the same way. And then his stock will go down tremendously. And I told y'all in the previous video, if it was scaring me that one of these guys, Wilder or Joshua, was going to lose before they fought each other, before they ended up fighting each other, and it happened. It happened. And, man, maybe Deontay should have, I know he was trying to make that fight marinate and, let it bubble up to get to a certain amount of money. But maybe Deontay should have took this fight soon. Because hell, right now, I'm looking at it like Deontay would have went in there, got the job done. Maybe in earlier fashion. Now I know styles make fights. So don't come and tell me you don't understand boxing. Styles make fights. It truly does. It does. I'm aware of that. But I know that the punches he was getting hit with, it ain't the same type of punches that Deontay Wilder was going to sling at him. It's not. And Deontay's more athletic than Andy Ruiz. I hope I wasn't calling him Anthony Ruiz in the beginning of this video. Godly. Might have to do the video over if I did that, man. I'm tripping because I'm thinking Anthony Joshua. Tripping me out. But this is the biggest upset in recent memory. The biggest upset in recent memory. And I'm telling y'all now, Luis Ortiz probably should have took the fight. He probably should have took the damn fight because Ortiz can box to me. And he can punch. He don't punch as hard as Deontay, but he can hurt folks. And I think he would have had AJ hurt. But maybe he didn't take this fight because he was already working on that fight with Deontay Wilder. Their rematch probably was already in discussions and probably almost inked up when that fight was offered, so he didn't take it. But Ortiz would have had him in trouble, in my opinion. Y'all can say he was old or whatever, but dude can still box. Even though he didn't look good, Luis Ortiz didn't look good in the last fight, but he still can fight, man. And Deontay gonna be in for another war. I think Deontay's going to get the job done, though, because I think he took a lot out of Luis Ortiz that last fight. And I think he knows now his power. He can get him out of there. I think Deontay's going to win, but I still think it's going to be another battle. They're going to bang for a minute. But I got Deontay Wilder winning that fight. Hell, man, Tyson Fury. Better boxing skills. Not the same type of pop in his punches, but who knows what would have happened in their fight. But, man, wow, man. And Charlamagne the God, man, radio personality, was like, I hope they don't disown Anthony Joshua in the UK like Drago Drago got disowned. Like we saw it in Creed too. Drago got disowned after he lost to Rocky. We hope it don't happen to Anthony Joshua. And it's not, man. But somebody also joked too. The UK announcers gonna start calling him the Nigerian fighter born in the UK now. But all jokes aside, man, anything can happen in heavyweight boxing. Anything can happen with Deontay Wilder. But that's my guy. I'm rolling with him to the end. I think Deontay Wilder is the best fighter in the heavyweight division. I think so, man. But I know that Anthony Joshua is going to want to avenge this loss, but he better improve first before trying to jump in there immediately, because I think the same thing is going to happen, man. Get knocked out in the 7th round. Kept his left down a lot. Getting hit with them punches, man, keeping his left down a lot. He got to work on some things, man. Like y'all said, Deontay Wilder had to improve. After he fought Tyson Fury, yeah, Deontay gonna have to get with Mark Breland. He's going to have to get with co-trainer Mark Breland and improve in certain areas, you know, to get Tyson Fury out of there, especially going to the body. And again, I'm bouncing back and forth. But Ruiz can break down your body too. Let me add that too. So, yeah, man. And Anthony Joshua, he doesn't recover well. He doesn't recover well. It takes him a while to recover. And in that 6th round, I'm like, yeah, he didn't recover, man. He's not recovering, man. He looks gassed. He looks spent, like he looked burnt out. It took him a while to recover in the Klitschko fight. It did. It took him some rounds to recover. It took him a while to recover in that. But, man, I don't know. Whoo-wee. Man. AJ got his ass whooped, man. I can't even front. I can't front on that. And that was his debut to America, too. It's just like, man, that was because, you know, people thought when he come to America, he show his skills and it would get more amped up. Like, okay, he could be a bigger star in America too, so it would make the fight just that much of a more interesting draw. I think Deontay next fight, if he beats Ortiz against Tyson Fury, I think the next fight with if he beats Ortiz, I think the Tyson Fury fight will probably be either in Madison Square Garden or maybe in Vegas. I don't know. But I think it should be in the Garden too, man. I don't know. I think that I like the New York fights too. I like that. I like the Barclays feel. I like the feel of the Barclays. But yeah, man, like y'all said, Deontay got to make improvements after fighting Tyson Fury that first time. Anthony Joshua going to have to go to the drawing board and improve in some areas, man. He's going to have to improve. Because, yeah, man. He doesn't recover well. He got to get in better conditioning. He got to move his head. Move your head, man. Because, my God, Andy Ruiz was all over him. All over him, man. And then what? He couldn't do nothing. He couldn't do nothing. So, again, congrats to Andy Ruiz Jr. First Mexican heavyweight champion ever in boxing. Rightfully deserved, put on a great fight, showed a lot of heart, showed a lot of courage, and didn't care about, you know, what the odds were against him. Didn't care about none of that. Went in there like, look, I'm going to be the first Mexican heavyweight champion. It's happening this night. I don't care what y'all thinking, what y'all laughing about. He was excited to be there because people were like, he was looking so excited in the weigh-in. He was excited to be there because in his heart of hearts, he knew I got a great chance to win this fight. And I'm going to go out here and lay everything on the line and go and win this fight. Had Anthony Joshua taking the mouthpiece out, again, you take that mouthpiece out, that let me know. You don't know what's going on. You out of that fight. You out of that fight. So, great job by Andy Ruiz Jr. Tough loss. Tough loss for AJ. One of the biggest upset we've seen since Mike Tyson, Buster Douglas, man. That's all I got to say, y'all. Peace.